Welcome back to Marketing Champions on Daily Ad Brief. I'm your host, Mike White, and on Marketing Champions, we're meeting with experts in the industry to talk about the tips, tricks, trends, and technologies they utilize to grow their business. Join us today from Zosimus is David Wilson. Welcome to the program.
Thanks, Mike. Great to be here.
David, tell me a little bit about Zosimus and how the company got started.
We're a digital agency based out of Boston, although we've been remote since COVID. So I'm not quite sure if I can still use we're in Boston now since our workforce is spread across two continents. We're a digital market agency. We do digital marketing, right? So paid media, SEO, analytics, social strategy. We do PR and we do creative. We've been around for 14 years.
What's the biggest pain point that you have when it comes to purchasing digital media?
I think that today, CMOs and marketing leaders are looking for two things. One is they want to get an ROI on that money, right? Getting marketing dollars are hard to come by these days. So if they put an amount of money into a campaign, they want to make sure that there's an ROI or ROAS on that. But then I think the second part that's just as challenging is they want to know is what channel is the best performing channel that you have. So that becomes an attribution of those campaigns becomes really important. And with the Apple iOS cookieless environment that we're going into, the user behavior that I think is changing in B2B and B2C around dark social, that the attribution is becoming a much more difficult problem for marketing leaders than it was, say, 3 years ago.
Is it hard for you to do your job if someone hires you on to do the digital aspect but doesn't give you any control over the creative? Is it hard to get the same metrics?
It is difficult. I think that the undervalued part of any marketing campaign is how good is the creative, and whether that's a billboard, a TV ad, or just a display ad on social or on Google. So it can be a challenge. We're lucky in that some way in that when our clients provide it, and we work for a lot of higher ed clients, they normally have a graphics department that can give us those assets and we can put them into market. That certainly helps. But having really great creative, we find the difference between an average campaign and a really well performing campaign.
Tell me about a time when you failed forward. You learned from your mistake and made you a better person.
Oh, geez. I don't know how much time that you have on this. I think it's a challenge as a leader that we always have. I think that I go back to, I think to thinking forward was when COVID started and everybody was working at home and it's okay, we're going to do these daily calls. We'll have everybody on a Zoom call. Everybody's showing up on the video, and I actually realized that was putting more stress on my team than anything because we had people who they're in their small apartments, and they're working out of the bedroom. They don't really want to be in camera, especially for an internal meeting. Being able to look at that, listen to the feedback that came from the team, and said, okay, let's have these meetings, but being on camera is optional, and that and we still have people who 2 years later who you rarely see on camera, but they're on calls all the time just because of their work environment. I think that failing forward from that is listening to the team, seeing what makes them happy, and then just making the adjustment to go forward.
Is there any advice that if you could go 10 years back to your younger self, not much younger, but younger self, something you learned along the way that you can go back and say, hey, listen up, buckaroo?
I think that I think it's probably two parts. That the importance of data is way more important than it was 10 years ago. So I'd have told myself, spend more time learning analytics, look at some of these statistical packages that are out there and learn them because they're going to be really critical from a technical standpoint. And I think from a management standpoint, is looking and saying is, what are the soft skills that I can develop to manage my team better than I would have 10 years ago.
David, I appreciate you coming on and sharing your insights with us today. So thank you very much.
My pleasure, Mike.
To find out more about David and all the amazing things that he could do to help your company grow, visit us at dailyadbrief.com. We'll see you next time. on Marketing Champions.